think I'll have to make just a video of the little gems of Saltburn. Just stood in the one spot. Ancient history. You've got the station, which is pre-reset. Church is in the background. Awfully strange building there. They'll have to go and see what it is. Just move around a bit. I've just put this on one of my other videos. You know, that's a stunning hotel. You've got that beauty over there. You turn around again. All them houses are there, pre-reset. And it's the same with this place here. It's on Station Street. I've just actually been into this place for a coffee while sat outside with its two antennas on there. Well, there's no antennas on there, but it's got the copper roofs. No, they're not. The tiled roof, maybe once were copper. But it's a beautiful building. So just move along a bit. It's still on the same street, I've just moved along a bit. But you're always, my videos hear me banging on about capacitors. They may be just up there for decoration, I don't know. But what is the point of them? It's exactly the same at, I'm not sure, I think it's the Grand Hotel in Scarborough. Lovely little whatever that is. Them flat areas either side, possibly something on there. Who knows? Move along a bit. And it's just the same right the way along. Stunning roofs. There's the cafe I've just come from there. But that's, you know, as it goes, it's quite a lovely street, Station Road. So I'll move on a bit and see what else we can find. Just a bit further down the road now. But these old buildings are everywhere. Lovely. So I mean, the rail lines end over there. So, you know, what was this once over? Has it always been a rail station? You know, because with this subject, you know, anything's open. What these buildings were before, a lot of them were repurposed. And while I'm here, it's just, as I keep saying, you know, it's missing its metalwork, but it would have had metalwork around the top there. Lovely windows in the attic. And also what I really like is the brickwork as well. You know, it just gives it that nice finishing touch. So, yeah, I'm gonna head off over that way somewhere. I'm going to check out that church, I think. Right, catching it. I've just come out the station now, on the other side of the station. And I've come across this little pad boy, you know. No point zooming in, I'm going over there. It's a beautiful church, you know, smack bang in the middle of the town. With at least 1 or 2 levels missing, I would say, judging by the proportions of the building. How do I know these things? Well, I've been looking into this subject for 5 years now. Or what I call surplus to requirements on churches. You know, the expense, the extra expense I should say, that's put into these buildings over and above what you need for worshipping purposes. Just move a bit closer. Come a bit closer now. You know, it has beautiful windows. They remind me more, you know, of your castle windows, square, medieval castles. No idea when this was built. It's First time I've ever really took any notice of it. But it's quite a monster. Because you've not only got that bit, but you know, you've got this huge bit over here. If I can move along a bit, I might get out the sun and the glare. Well, that really, for me, is a perfect picture. Because what it shows, what a lot of us talk about, that, you know, in the subject, how a lot of these churches, the lovely brickwork that we see, I would say that's what I call Victorian cladding, Victorian tart up. There's the original brickwork. You know, that's the original brickwork of the building. But that's what happens with these buildings, with them being down the side of the building, the cut costs and expenses, and usually the sides and the back do not get the same makeover as they do. You know, it will have had something sat on the apex there. You have your little flat levels there, whereas the capacitors would have sat once over. Totally mental bonkers, I know it all sounds, but hey, I'm totally mental and bonkers myself, so it fits right in. Let's move along a bit. Moved along a little bit now. You know, this is like an extension on the church as such. As a gentleman's just informed me, it's another one of these buildings that's up for sale. And it really goes to emphasise my point that these buildings, you know, they get repurposed. No idea what they were originally used for, but they weren't built by religion. Religion come along, acquired them. There's and as religion is starting to die off, churches are getting sold off and repurposed into something else. It's the Wesley Chapel, and it's 1865 by the looks of that. So it's the start of the Victorian Tartar era. These things were purpose to the serving a church. You know, it's a lot of extra expense to be putting things like that onto buildings that you don't need. Especially when it's, you know, religion isn't about, you know, money and prestige and opulence and grandeur. It shouldn't, you know, it's nowhere in any of the literature does it talk about that. But yet we're led to believe that vast amounts of money were paid by churches to have these built. So yeah, let's go and have a look around the other side now. Just round that way. Just moved along the side a little bit now. It's yeah, strange square window under the arch window for some reason. Looks like an office or something that's been built there maybe. It's strange seeing the steps going up to the upper level there. The windows, I do wonder whether once over there were stained glass maybe. I don't know whether I'll be able to get around the back of here. I certainly will be able to get. Yeah, we have the extra doorway made there, steps going up. If you have a look really, stand here in between, you can see that that door was just a window, just like that one. When the building was repurposed and they needed a door there, you know, just kick the bottom out and put a door in. What you can see there, below the steps, air vents. Air vents ventilating the lower level, I would think. But I can't actually prove that. Although I know it, you know, I bet me last dollar on it that it's got a basement, but actually getting into it's a different matter. Round the back here is very telling. Very, very telling. Because what you can see there, the back of the church here, these are bricked up windows. Bricked up windows that'll have been the same as them. You're not looking out up there. Now this is right way along. You know, these bricked up windows. Proverbial air vents. I'll talk about a lot. Yeah, it's a wee bit strange. Not great. You'll see up the back here. The antennas acting as weather vanes. But them back streets could tell a few tales. Yeah, we'll come right round the back of the church now. There's the beautiful window still intact up there. There is a hole down there, but it goes nowhere. When you come along the side here, you do have, you know, proverbial air vents. Alright, mate. Beautiful dogs, mate.
Thank you.
These big wall buttresses supports that I go on about a lot as well. But yeah, these buildings, it's a bit of a shame really. Well, it's not a shame if the people that take them over. I dare say it'll be a listed building anyway. But as we just, you know, there's no point in moving back and shining up because the sun is absolutely blinding. But just as we're stepping out the back alley here, you just have to look over to that building there. You know, it's an absolute belter. It's definitely what I would call pre-reset. We'll have cellars all lower levels, but the brickwork is just lovely. So I think that's it for this church, really. Yeah, we have the proverbial door that will have been put in at a later date with the steps. Very surprised there's no boot scrapers. Usually there is by the sides of these churches. Scrape all the mud off your boots. Yeah, and this is really about it. I'm just looking to see if any of these air vents are bust, but they're not. It's a shame I can't get into it. But yeah, it's a lovely place. But we'll just, I think this is lovely as well. I'm not into the Royals one little bit, but people have made the effort to crochet these things. And I've noticed a few of the pillar boxes in Saltburn that have been done up as well. But we just had a look at that building there. And we have this stunner here. You know, the brickwork is beautiful up the top there. I think it is anyway. The sure as hell don't build them like that anymore. So, I don't know where I'm going now. I know if I head off down that way, that's the beach. But I don't particularly want to go down there yet. Anyway, we'll have a look. Catch you. I have just come from, you know, the back of the church as I mentioned. And as I've just said, just them lovely gargoyles up there. But the buildings I've just shown you, lovely black and white brickwork. And we talk about mud flood, and as you can see clearly, you know, if I move around a bit, you can see the brickwork just being archway to the top of you know, that goes down quite a way. If you move along a bit, you'd have the same there. You know, that's a good 10-12 foot down there. Yeah. So the mud flood aspect, well, there's the proof of it there. But yeah, it's everywhere I go in Saltburn. There's just building after building, or anomaly after anomaly. So right, yeah, off to get some chips. I've just come down on the seafront now, which is over there, and I'm not going right along the street to show you, but you know, the same buried levels applies right way along the seafront as well. Which you would think, putting windows down there, doors down there, rather stupid. With all the sand and muck that blows up off the beach. Perfect trap. And yeah, the rest of these are residential, so I'm not going to poke my camera into people's windows. But yeah, let's go and have a look at the beach. Some years since I've been down here. No cars coming. Can't beat it. The smell and the roar of the sea. Seems not bad. Absolutely beautiful. Time to grab a seat and sit down.